Hello there, and we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the post game show. I know today it was supposed to be the minority report, but you know what? Me and my fellow host here, Deji Spores, we just flipped the script today. We decided to wait for the Arsenal game to go down today, and then we just come out here and do the post game show for both the Tottenham Hotspur game, other games that went on yesterday, and again the game against Liverpool by Arsenal Football Club today. We're buzzing, 3 points in the bag. Deji Spores, highlight your boys.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure, Tony, for us to be doing it. And I think it's fitting that this week the Minority Report was moved from Thursday to the Premier League weekend. Look, I predicted earlier in the week that I expected Arsenal to beat Liverpool 3-1. And Arsenal won 3-2. So you did what I was expecting you to do. Well done, Arsenal, for getting another 3 points. This is your best ever season in a long time. You happen to be top of the league. Spurs are only 4 points behind, my ad, and we're having a terrible start to the season. But what I will say is this: I was hearing Manny just before we jumped on the stream, and he said something that was very smart, very intelligent. He said, "Let's not get carried away." So far, we can say that you've picked up points where you should have picked up points. Beating Tottenham at the Emirates is nothing new. Let's be honest. Liverpool is hot garbage this year, and for those lazy people who had Liverpool challenging for the title in your face, because I warned you before the season started not to follow everything you read on Twitter and the news of the world and tabloids, and also to say, look, I hope Arsenal can keep it going, Tony and Manny and Thomason. I really hope you can. Because with the way you guys are getting so gassed up, it's going to be a sad, sad day when the wheels of the Snowpiercer fall off. And I'll be waiting at the end of the track when the wheels fall off. Don't you worry.
All right, cool, man. Fair play, man.
Fair play.
14 years with no trophy. 14 years.
Okay. You know what? Today's a post game show. So all those hostilities, we'll keep them aside. We want a peaceful one today. Manny, can you come in there?
I'm already in. So where do you want me to start?
I just want you, because I will still go down to Deji Spores, where he will give us the rundown of the Spurs game. Yesterday, because we definitely have to talk about Spurs because he's a co-host here. Manny, give us a rundown. Arsenal versus Liverpool today at the Emirates Stadium.
Well, I had the pleasure of doing a watch along for another channel, and I was also providing a bit of commentary there. Shout out, of course, to Hanno Trollope in his coach's corner. Love coming on his stream and working with him. Top boy, great content. One of the things which I've been saying, Tony, is that we needed the best way to get rid of our hoodoo against Liverpool was to make sure we scored. Because last season, as you all remember, played 4, lost 3, drawn 1, conceded 8, and we scored none. We couldn't even buy a goal. So to score in the very first minute of the game was brilliant. I wasn't expecting it to be that early, but we caught Liverpool cold. We exposed the weaknesses that they had in the defense, and we were deservedly ahead. And of course, when they did equalize, it was a little bit of a shock to the system, because that was when Luis Diaz was starting to work his magic and running in behind the defense. And then, of course, Darwin Núñez. The thing about Núñez is that he will never become like Haaland unless he, times his runs better and avoids getting the offsides. But the goal he scored, if he can score a few more for Liverpool, maybe Klopp will think that it's worthwhile. I'm not too sure. And it was a sign of how coward, in my opinion, Klopp was, that he chose to ditch his favored 4-3-3 in favor of a 4-2-3-1, with Núñez on his own up front, Salah on the right, Diaz on the left, and Diogo Jota being another attacking midfielder, sort of pivot, if you will. they were in front of Thiago, Alcantara, and Henderson, and of course the same back four as it were. And it was their defense that would normally let them down. Surprisingly, it wasn't Virgil van Dijk so much that let them down, but Trent Alexander-Arnold who did. And this is another reason why Alexander-Arnold will not be in the England reckoning, because today his man marking was awful, and Martinelli basically roasted him whenever he possibly could. And Klopp, seeing that, took off Trent and brought on Joe Gomez, and you can see how solid the back line became. And Liverpool was starting to get back into it, and they've always been a team that enjoys attacking on the counter, exploiting their defensive weaknesses in other teams and scoring. And of course, when Bobby Firmino came on and scored, he actually replaced Diaz. I was thinking that we could be in for a difficult time. The penalty call in our favour was close, but the right decision. The penalty call which went in our favour in the first half was, I thought, a poor decision. I've seen those being given by referees, and we were lucky in many ways. Having said that, if you were to take a look at the way we were able to, for the most part, control things in the middle of our own half, basically in defensive midfield, where I thought Thomas Partey was outstanding, winning tackles, clearing the ball well, and giving Xhaka and Odegaard space to do their thing, and obviously Martinelli and Jesus continue that trend. Partey, for me, once again, just outlined how pivotal he is to our team and why it is important that we get some cover for him in January. I'm thinking someone like, if not Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa, then maybe someone like Wilfred Ndidi from Leicester City could, be selected as cover. He could grow into that role and give Partey some competition and slip right into the team if Partey gets injured. We were good value for the win. We exploited their defensive weaknesses. We didn't give them too much scope to do their thing in the midfield or in the attack. And I'm glad that it was 3 points for us. I'm quite happy with that. I'm not going to let the gift horse in its mouth. I am extremely happy. But as your co-host said, echoing me, we can't get too carried away. Not even a quarter of the season is gone. And there are several teams, mind you, who have games in hand on us. The likes of Chelsea can still play catch-up. The likes of Manchester City can pip us any time if we slip up. For the moment, the top spot is ours to lose. And that's why we cannot afford to let our guard down, because the moment we do, somebody can, step in from behind and take away our lunch money. And if you live in the mean streets of London, you'll know exactly what I mean. So all in all, I'm happy. We can only get better from here. We can only continue to do what we're doing and do everything well. But we still have a lot of issues to solve in terms of squad depth and how we are able to perform against some of the big teams who will definitely want to come at us. I'm pretty certain that Guardiola will have a few tricks up his sleeve, and he's got the squad to make sure that we are put in our box. Chelsea are also recovering well under Graham Potter. There are still so many games to go. There's still many a slip between the cup and the lip. And given that we've slipped up many times before, the weight of history will always be against us, and we need to be mindful of that. But we can still dare to hope. We can still dare to believe. We just need to keep our feet on the ground.
Deji Spores, I will come to you before I go to Tom and say, Deji Spores, I know you would like that because, he's a legitimate Arsenal fan. He's a very careful one. Unlike me, I'm I'm off the hinges. You know that with me. But Deji Spores, you watched that Arsenal game today. I'm not asking for a timeline analysis. I need your raw understanding of how that match went. What you think is what you think happened down there, and what you think is the result that how it will affect the Premiership.
It's a difficult one because on the face of it, it looked like Arsenal played some good football. You've done well. I mean, any result in history where you can beat Liverpool is a good result. So let's just keep it real.
Guys, you heard it here from Deji Spores in the flesh.
You've done well, but the but ifs, because there is a but. He says, "Don't tell me Arsenal haven't played a big team." Liverpool at the moment this season currently sit about 12th in the league. So this is not the same Liverpool that we've been used to. We can all agree that. I mean, we're not stupid.
Oh, this
This is a
excuses.
Liverpool team that is sitting 12th or even lower. Yeah, 10th in the Premier League with 10 points after 8 games. So we can agree that Liverpool, something ain't right. Since Mane's left, something is not clicking. And that's why me, of all people, had Arsenal to win. But I think, for me, we've been there before. Arsenal go on this run. Last season, you were like 6 or 7 points clear of Spurs with like 7 games to go. Fourth was yours to lose. And guess what? You lost it. And you're still looking for it. And Manny said it best just now. He said, at the moment, top spot is yours to lose. And given what I know of Arsenal, Arsenal never disappoint. When the going gets tough and it gets rough, that's when these schoolboys, especially when it comes around the exam period, that's when these little boys start to mess up. And I know that
No.
Saka and Martinelli had their GCSE exam the day after the game against Spurs, but that's no excuse. So for me, well done. I have to give Arsenal your props. 9 games, 24 points is not a joke at this stage. It's not. This is not after 2 games. This is not after 3 games. But something just tells me that, and I just don't know. Look, if you can be there after 30 games, then you smashed it. But I just can't believe.
Wait, after how many games, Deji? No, wait, after how many games?
Well, I just think 9 games.
You just said 30 games. Are you serious?
If you're top of the league after 30
That's
games,
a title challenge already.
you've got a chance of winning the league, haven't you? If you're top of the league after 30 games, you're in the title race. But you're not in the title race just yet. Because there's too many games to play. But what I am going to say is that you've done well. And lastly, before you bring in Tomisin, I would have to say, how ironic that after 9 games, both our clubs, let's be real, I didn't expect Arsenal to be challenging. You didn't expect Tottenham Hotspur to be challenging. And yet here we are on the Minority Report on a Sunday talking about both our teams actually challenging. And I think that's probably what we need to celebrate. And maybe that's what we need to start changing. I'm prepared to concede and say that Arsenal's in the title race. If you, Tony, Tomlinson and Manny also accept that Spurs are in the title race. And also I need to see Emi Baba and Craig also confirm that Spurs are in the title race. Then I'm happy to concede that we can agree that both our clubs are fighting for the Premier League.
Deji Sports, ladies and gentlemen. Tommy C, I know you don't see face to face with Deji Sports. I know you have your own way of saying things, but hey, you just heard what Deji and Manny said. What do you think, Tommy? Hello, Tommy.
Both of them are spot on. But I'm here.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
you
both
heard
are
what
spot on.
Deji and Manny said. Can you just tell us what you think?
Yeah. Of the game, yeah, we played well. We caused them problems. Liverpool, like we forced them into mistakes. When they got the equalizer, the game when they got the equalizer, like we were proper nervous when they took over, and the second goal, I think it was against the run of Liverpool. Then obviously they got another equal.
Tommy, I think your internet has a problem. I think your internet has a problem.
You should come out and come back.
No, my internet.
Yeah. Go off and come back in again. Yeah, Deji. See, Deji and Manny. See, it's simple. We beat Tottenham Hotspur last week. we show them that we're superior in our yard.
No, you haven't. Well, in your yard, go on. Yeah,
Yeah, sure. We showed you guys that we're superior in our yard.
yeah.
And to come from that game, people are already saying that Tottenham Hotspur is not a big team. And I'm just laughing. But again, we came today again and put Liverpool on toast. Yeah, it was one of those games that you just had to grind out a win from
You
it.
put
Yeah.
you put a poor Liverpool team on toast in the sense that that Liverpool team is devoid of any confidence this season. You can tell. Mane. I mean, Salah has not scored a goal. How mad is that?
But they came out to play. They
He's
came
got
out to
golden. He's
play.
had golden boot. And
It,
he's
it
still
wasn't an
played.
easy game. It wasn't
I
an
know
easy game.
it wasn't
They
an.
came
You're
out to
never
play
going to get an easy
legitimately.
game from Liverpool, but let's be real. That is a team devoid of confidence. I mean, you had Henderson losing his head. They tried to take off Jesus' head with an axe. I mean, it was a total disaster. Even Jurgen Klopp couldn't watch the penalty that you guys were about to take, and then it went in, and he was like, "Oh well." Normally, Klopp doesn't like. Klopp is somebody that doesn't like losing, and he just took that on the chin as if this just isn't our season at the moment. And you do get that in football. Doesn't matter how well you play, the results don't come, and it tends to happen with the lower clubs. I said it at the beginning of the season that saying that Man City and Liverpool are going to go for the title again was lazy talk from whoever said that. I said it, and one of them is flying high, but Liverpool is flying low. Do you know what I'm saying? At the moment, they might not even finish top 4. I don't think Liverpool can turn this around. I think they're going to need to write off this season as a dead season, and they need to replace Mane. Even at the back, it looks thing. So Arsenal, you have beaten a Liverpool team devoid of confidence. Well done. But that's all you can get at the moment. And to be honest with you, that's all you can do. All you can do is beat what is in front of you. What I'm saying is, history tells us, because we know we got historians in the room, that can those little boys, can Martinelli keep this going? Can Saka keep this going? That is the big question. If they can, you guys are in the top 3 for sure. If they can't, it would have been a great start to the season, and then it truly would be an episode of Stranger Things, where last season you had a terrible start and then you finished 6th, but this season you have a bloody great start and then you fall from grace. And that's what I'm hoping, Arsenal fans, that doesn't happen to you and your club this season.
Tommy Singh, can you come in there? Do you think that this win against Liverpool is down to Liverpool's naivety, or in terms of like their form is totally dropped or it's totally shit this season? Do you think it's that why? Because they came out to win this game today. They scored 2 goals. They came out to play. This Liverpool team will beat anyone this season if decisions went their way. Or what do you think?
This Liverpool team is just fragile for me. They're just fragile. They're shell of themselves, because I said when Mane goes, they are gonna struggle, because Mane's been their best player. Because Mane, I love Mane, like one of the best wingers I've watched for 5-6 years, yeah. And as soon as he leaves, they are gonna struggle in that left-hand side. I like Luis Diaz, but let's be real, Luis Diaz ain't Mane. He'll never will. He just is Luis Diaz. And at the midfield, they failed to replace Gini Wijnaldum. When Gini left, they were struggling. I'm thinking, why did you let this guy go? Gini Wijnaldum's a quality midfielder, and you let Gini go. That's the issues they have.
Yeah, he's
and Trent, defensively, he's weak. This guy is a clown. He can't defend. I said to people, Martinelli will roast him, and Martinelli had him on a split
On toast
again.
today.
I told
completely
you.
on toast today.
Yeah, had him on toast. And Van Dijk, Van Disney, that's what I call him, Van Disney. I thought he wasn't even that good either. So yeah, and Klopp, he's stubborn. His stubbornness, he failed to buy a midfielder. That's Klopp's problem. He's failed to buy them a midfielder. Get Bellingham, get Jude Bellingham, get Jude. But no, I don't think they're going to be able to afford Bellingham. because Bellingham is what they need. That's the thing with Liverpool Football Club. Yeah, they still have some quality players, but they haven't been good enough. They haven't been good enough. Brighton should have thumped them 5-2. They were lucky. If Brighton had clinical players, Liverpool would have lost 5-2 last week. Brighton are a good side, play good football, but we deserved it. People can stop saying this bullshit. Oh, we haven't played anyone. Well, guys, we beaten Liverpool. It took us 2 years because it took us 2 years to beat them since 2020. Now people can say, "Oh, Arsenal will crumble." This is a different Arsenal. We've improved. We don't have lack of threat anymore because he's shit. Lack of threat. We've got Jesus. He's showing Lacazette what a bang average player he is.
True.
When Partey's fit, yeah, we win games and we dominate the midfield. If Partey's not there, we struggle. No disrespect to Sambi Lukonga, he's not Partey. Let's be real. Arteta's proven me wrong. I wanted Arteta sacked last season when we finished fifth. I wanted Arteta out. I wanted to get Luis Enrique or Paulo Ancelotti. But fair play to Arteta, he's proven me wrong. I wanted Xhaka out of my club 5-6 years ago because he kept on giving the ball and kept giving stupid red cards and cost us points. Fair play to Granit Xhaka. I hold my hands up. I'm in the mud right now. They both proved me wrong. Arteta and because Arteta's a rookie manager. I never wanted the inexperienced manager that used to put out cones for Pep, but he's proved me wrong. Fair play to Arteta and Xhaka. They both proved me wrong. They put me back in my place. This is the best Arsenal team I've ever seen. I think we'll finish second, and I think we're going to win that Europa League as well.
Yeah,
best you've ever seen.
Manny. I'll bring you on here. See, the jury's out. How can you tell me that Arsenal, that beat up a team in Tottenham Hotspurs, that took away points from the top four last season? I mean, legitimate points from the league winners last season. They were the boogie team of Manchester City last season. And then we beat up a Liverpool today, and yet people are saying that Arsenal hasn't beaten anyone. I know Tommy say, and for the time being I've known him, he's been Arteta out. But this season, he's been one of those fans here that have come out and say, hey, Arteta has proven me wrong in a way. I really understand him. Manny, what do you have to say about that? And Deji, I want to get your take on that too.
9 games in, still too early to tell. The jury is out. The jury is out. I will accept the jury is out. And I am not going to consider myself Arteta out just yet. And I made it clear to you backstage, Tony, that even if we had lost, as long as we had shown the fight that we had showed, I mean, even if lost or drawn, as long as we had shown the fight that we had showed and the endeavor that we showed throughout this season, I'd still be quite satisfied. Because there were many times last season, the reason why people like myself and our friend were Arteta out is because in addition to losing games and being bottle jobs, we just weren't able to show the spirit that we needed or the fight that we needed to let people know we want to challenge for this. And Deji's said it perfectly. Top 4 last season was in our hands, and we let it slip. And no matter how many times, I keep saying this again, no matter how many times people are going to adopt this rhetoric about this time it's going to be different, or this time we'll get it right, as Kevin Keegan and Chris Waddle would say in their song, it's still far too early to tell. We haven't even played 25% of the Premier League season. So it is ours to lose. To say that this is the best Arsenal team he's ever seen, I'm pretty certain that he's seen teams that have looked better and also have been able to stay the course. For me, the 2002 double winning side was magnificent. We never lost a game away.
Of course, he could be a younger guy.
Yeah,
I can't blame him for that, but he might be a younger guy. I don't know.
I've seen our invincible team. I've seen the 2001/02 season. I've seen the 03/04. I've been at Arsenal since 1998. I'm 27. I've seen all our teams.
Okay.
It's been 4 years.
And of course, I mean, I'm a lot older than you, I think. So
this has been the best team since the 03/04 season.
It could very well be the case, but then, you know, let's not forget that there were seasons as well where we made magnificent starts and ended up, you know, losing it. So,
but not of this level, though, Manny. Not of this level, Manny.
Maybe not. But the season hasn't even reached the quarter mark point. And to talk about how Xhaka has proved us wrong, let's not forget that in the last few games, there have been moments where he very nearly lost his rag. Even this time as well, he got into a scuffle with Jordan Henderson, where I believe he was the one who pulled the Liverpool captain's shirt, and then very nearly got into a fight with him. Bear in mind that Odegaard had gone off the field, I think, at that time. And I don't know. No, I don't think he might still have been on the pitch. But if Jesus hadn't have pulled him away, goodness knows what would have happened. So there is still a little bit of a moment of madness in Granit Xhaka, and for now, touch wood, it hasn't happened yet. And Arteta has so far done what he is supposed to do. He has stuck to his tactics and made sure that the boys have played to the system he wants to see played, and he has done well. But again, I'm not going to suddenly start crowing and saying that he's proved us wrong and we are heading for big things. And, this time it is going to happen because there is still a long way to go. But one thing which I will say is that even if we do suffer a setback like a draw or a loss, which sees us, slip off the top of the table, because as far as I'm concerned, City will do their best to keep winning. I'm not going to slag off the team and say, we're a bunch of bottle jobs, because again, there's still a long way to go. And we can still definitely make sure that we have good things by the end of the season. But the only time that we can judge things and say, we've been proved wrong, I've been proved wrong, is near the end of the season. And I will be one of the first people to come on this show, the Minority Report, to go on other streams and say, I've been Arteta out for a long time. I did not like the way he was operating with the team, but if he's able to get us into the if he's able to get us into the Champions League and start building a team which can challenge the elite of Europe and get ourselves back to the top of the English Premier League, the English league, maybe get us to the promised land of being Premiership winners, where we were for about nearly 20 years ago, then yes, I am prepared to support him and I see some signs of improvement. But again, it's all about the results near the end of the season or at the end of the season. And until then, there is no way that we can say that he's proved us wrong. No chance.
Let me bring you into this conversation. Last weekend, we beat you guys up in the North London Derby. You saw what your coach did. He came out with a negative kind of tactics to come sit down at the Emirates, and of course we beat you guys up. And now Mikel Arteta has just edged Jurgen Klopp. Do you think Mikel Arteta, because you've been very, very critical about Mikel Arteta this season, last season, probably also, do you think he's really proving the top G's wrong this season? He's beating Conte, he's beating Klopp right now at home.
No. It's quite simple. You haven't done absolutely diddly squat. And let me just clarify a few things, because for me, I grew up in a time where, I was in school in the early 90s and early 2000s, and Arsenal fans were wax lyrical about their club. And rightly so, you should have been. You had a fantastic team that was fighting for the Premier League. When I listen to Arsenal fans these days, I'm in utter shock. How far you Arsenal fans have fallen from grace that you guys are prepared to accept mediocrity. I had Thomasin coming out here saying this is the best Arsenal team he's ever seen. I can tell you, Thomasin, no Arsenal fan agrees with that statement, because that's
actually the best one since the 03/04 season. That's what I mean.
That's what he said.
I would go as far as to say no Arsenal fan.
I'm an Arsenal fan since 1998.
I don't give a damn if you were saying
right,
it's 1921, mate. It's a disgraceful statement. That team has done absolutely nothing. No. You utter those comments from under your breath. Look, Michael Harris, I'm not shifting no goalposts. I'm trying to help you out with your bloody team. And let me qualify that. You've played 9 games. You beat a Tottenham team that put out the wrong team and didn't even turn up. Let's be real. Tottenham didn't turn up. It wasn't half as exciting as today's game was. You're playing a Liverpool team that's in decline and is struggling since Mane has left. You lost to bloody Ajax United, and everybody else are teams that even last season you would have beaten. Whoopity do. That's why Manny is saying what he's saying. You haven't done enough yet to get your knickers in the twist about Premier League or even Champions League football next season. So I'm saying, after 30 games, if you're still top, then we know that your team is the real
no,
deal.
Deji, that's far too. No, Deji, that's far too. No, that's far too long. That's far too long. No. I don't accept that.
You want us to be negative because a lot of people have called me negative.
Consistent.
You want me to be negative?
What you're doing, and I'm moving.
No, I don't accept that. I don't accept that.
Let me say this.
Right now, we're on right now, Deji.
I've been Arteta since 2020 because he's a rookie manager, and people are calling me, "Why are you negative? What do you want me to do?" I'm trying to back my team. I'm 27. I've been supporting them since 1998, for 24 years. I started supporting them because of Ian, my legend. What do you want me to do? Did I say we're going to win the league? I said we have a chance of at least finishing second. And I want to win that Europa League.
But Deji, isn't even second a credible? Isn't it a credible position? Tommy, see, I want you to go out and come back in. Your internet is messing up again.
Any Arsenal fan right now thinks that Arsenal are going to finish second. I don't think any Arsenal fan is. And look, for me, I'm just tired of this personally. I'm just tired of this crap. I'm just waiting for the wheels to fall off. And if the wheels don't fall off, well done to Arsenal. That's basically what I'm saying. Well done. But 9 games, you've not played anyone. A dead Liverpool.
No, I beg to differ. No, Deji, we've played someone. Look, no. We beat you guys. We beat you guys. We've already played Manchester United. We had a good performance there, and we faced Liverpool today, and we beat them. Deji, I beg to differ.
Do you know what? It would have been different if Liverpool was where Tottenham are in the league. Then I would have said, you know what, like Arsenal beat an informed Liverpool team. Oh, you know what? Even me, I'll be wetting myself. Liverpool are 10th with 10 points. Come on, just let that sink in for a second. This is not the usual Liverpool that we normally see in the Prem. Something hasn't clicked. It's not working. And you were fortunate enough to play them while they're still working that shit out. That's it. That is it. Wow. So I'm not getting carried away by any of this crap. No.
Tony, can I say something?
Well done.
Yeah, please. The floor is open.
And that's all you're getting.
Open. And Manny, you can engage in this discussion.
Let him speak.
Do you want me to be miserable, bruv? Do you want me to be miserable? I've been supporting Arsenal since 1998, 24 years of brother. I've seen my team win titles, and we got to 1 Champions League final. So what do you want me to do? I didn't say we're going to win the league. I said I think we have a chance of finishing second. What do you want me to do? Yeah, it's still a long way to go.
That's incredible. When
you said second, it got on my nerves. How about that?
Everyone's gonna drop points. You know what do you want me to? What do you want? I even put Tottenham in the title race because you got a good squad and you got a world class manager in contact. I put you in the title race. So what more do you want us fans? You want us to be negative?
I want you.
My man.
What do you want, mate? All I want from you, I'm happy for you to say top 4. I'm not happy for you to say second. How about that?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I want top 4 because we haven't got top 4 since Leicester won the league in 2016 when we finished second that season, and you finished third in a 2-horse race. Let's forget that, innit? So yeah, what I'm saying is, I hope we can get top 5, and I want to win that Europa League. We have to win that Europa League. That's what we want. That's what I want.
Manny, I'll bring you in here. I'll bring you in here.
What more do you want? What more do you want?
Okay.
Yeah, Liverpool are not the same Liverpool, but Liverpool are fragile. Klopp's in his 7th season. He almost got relegated with Dortmund and Mainz. This is his 7th season. Klopp. This is his 7th season. He's had it at Dortmund and Mainz, and he's stubborn as well. Like he makes excuses. He failed to replace Mane and Gini Wijnaldum. That's on him.
And how is that our business? How is that our business? If you fail to replace Mane, we too will fail to replace Lacazette. We have problems in our central defensive midfield area. We still need 1 or 2 more midfielders to come and complete our team. Damn it, we still need 1 more striker. See, I'm tired of all these excuses. see,
Because
Manny,
Cedric is trash.
Deji Sports.
Yeah, okay, okay.
I'm tired of all these excuses. When will see? What everyone was saying was that okay, let's see Arsenal against Tottenham Hotspurs. Tottenham Hotspur has a team that would actually challenge Arsenal. Let's see. It's all a bubble, and then we beat up Tottenham Hotspurs
We
legitimately
always beat
in
them
our
at home
home.
anyway. It's no surprise. We
Okay,
always
good.
beat this
Okay,
at home
now
anyway.
That's the
everyone,
point I'm saying. You
everyone.
always beat us at
Beat them
home.
at home
What
anyway.
did they do?
Okay,
Now
Surprise.
see,
okay. If I
everyone.
can just, I'll come in right now. Okay, what you've said there, Tony,
What do
was
you want,
perfect.
man?
Look, calm down, brother. I'm on your side here. I'll get on your side. So what you've said, Tony, about how what's happening with Liverpool is none of our business, absolutely spot on. Because we have to make sure that we get our house in order, and we need to make sure that we do what we can do, and then we can basically do what we need to do. We don't need to concern ourselves with what's happening with Liverpool, what's happening with Chelsea, what's happening with other teams which may be in turmoil right now. I think Tony's gone, so his internet might be going off.
Yeah, it's his
And
internet.
let me just say right now that nobody is saying that we should be miserable. Yes, we can be happy with the way things are going, and yes, we can be cautiously optimistic. But here's the thing: I keep telling you, we cannot allow ourselves to be so optimistic because we've been here before. 2008, we were
Exactly.
top of the
That's true.
league.
Yeah,
We were top of
Eduardo
the
got
league.
injured that season. Eduardo got injured that
I
season in
I'm aware
2008.
of that. I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. And that is one of the reasons why, as I've said before, history is not on our
Yeah, I
side. The
know.
weight of history is not on our side. So don't be miserable. I don't want you to be miserable. I don't want you to be miserable. I don't want to be miserable either. I'm happy. I predicted a 2-all
Same.
draw. We got a 3-2 win. I am happy. I mean, you won't see me necessarily with a Cheshire Cat grin, but I am happy. The only thing I'm saying is, you mentioned that season where we finished second. Leicester
Yeah,
never
when Leicester
even
won the league.
in their wildest dreams, Leicester never even thought that they were going to win the Premier League, because, mind you, they had a battle to avoid relegation last season. Eventually, they
Yeah,
did. They
before
finished a little
that.
bit higher up in the table. But when they started winning games under Ranieri, playing a good brand of football, we were the only team to do the double on them. But I mean, fat lot of good that did us
Yeah,
anyway.
twice.
But still, they never considered themselves in a position to win the Premier League until near the end of the season, when most of their big tests had been passed. And a lot of people were saying the same thing. Let's see how the Foxes keep this up against some big teams that come their way. They failed against us twice, but they were able to succeed against other teams. They succeeded against Manchester City. They succeeded against Chelsea. They succeeded
Mm.
against whatever
Liverpool.
other team came their way. I don't know if they succeeded against Tottenham, but I think they might have done well enough against Liverpool. And as it went on, they started to gain a bit more confidence. The team spirit was at an all-time high. I remember Ranieri telling his players that he'd take them out for pizza as a treat if they won.
Yeah, I remember
And
that. Yeah,
it worked a treat. It worked an absolute treat.
they
But they
deserved it.
kept
Let's
their
go,
heads on
man.
the ground, and they deserved that title win. And
They
that
deserve
is
to
the
win the league,
approach that we
man.
need to take.
We finished
What?
second that season. They deserved it. No one, I didn't.
Yeah,
No one thought Leicester were going to win the league that season. People thought they were going to drop
exactly.
off. But I said to people, I think this is I think they can do it, man. I even wanted Leicester to win the league
But
when
but but but
over
but but Tommy,
anyway.
Tommy, listen. Do you think it's quite early to start talking about a title challenge from Arsenal?
It is early.
In
That
your
is my
own view,
point.
It's
Yes.
still early, yeah, but I think we have a chance of challenging Man City, because Man City need clubs to challenge them. I think we have a chance of challenging them for the title, and we still have to play them twice as well. So I think we have a chance of challenging them. I don't think we'll win. I think we have a chance of getting second.
Tommy,
I think we'll finish
even then,
second.
Tommy, let me make something crystal clear to you. Even
I'm being
finishing as high
realistic,
as
man.
second, calm down, son. Let me make something clear to you. Even something as high as finishing second in the league, which isn't too far from the top spot, is a very bold prediction, which has to be matched by performances, and that's why we need to keep our feet on the ground. You haven't, if Arteta and his players themselves have not spoken about even challenging for second place or the title. I mean, they are focused on trying to get into the top four, but they haven't publicly spoken about it. Why should we, as fans, put that pressure on ourselves and put that pressure on the team? I'm just saying, let's not talk about that. Let's not count our chickens before they've hatched. And I'm going to come to you now, Deshi. You wanted us to acknowledge that Tottenham are in a title race, did you not?
Yes.
Of course.
So here's my question for you, my brother. You came to the Emirates Stadium. You saw your manager put out a very negative team where he did not make the best use of his talent,
Yeah.
at his disposal, and you got thumped 3-1.
Yeah.
I mean, having said that, I will acknowledge that there were a couple of marginal decisions that went our way, a couple of things which went our way. Comedy of errors for the go-ahead goal. Emerson Royal getting himself stupidly sent off, but even you admit you were second best on the day.
Yeah.
Now, to be in the title race, you need to be able to show that you can overcome that sort of a setback. And credit to you, you won against Brighton at the Amex, proving that, and Kane proved that he was able. Get it? Kane and Abel?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but by all accounts, that performance was probably only a bit of an improvement on that performance at the Emirates. So, are you willing to accept that the only way you can determine whether you are in a title race is if your performances drastically improve to the extent that you will never be beaten, but to the way you were by Arsenal at the Emirates again? If you are willing to acknowledge that your performances need improving, then we can take you seriously. Because yes, you are third in the table, but
I'm willing.
your performances need to improve.
I'm willing to. I agree. I think that the performance against Brighton was utter garbage, but at the same time, we've taken 20 points from 9 games, 6 wins, 2 draws, and 1 defeat. It's still Championship form. Okay, so there is a 3-horse race developing in the Premier League. The 3-horse race, ironically, has Arsenal, Man City, and
United now 3-1 up. Marcus Rashford with the 3rd goal. Sorry about the
there you
interruption.
go.
Go ahead.
Wow, Marcus Rashford
For me,
is churning in the goals this season.
I'm willing to say Spurs' performances need to improve, but at the same time, if they keep playing this rubbish football and keep picking up the points, hey, what do I know? I'm only a fan. So for me, as long as we keep getting the 3 points, I could care less. I'm still confident that Spurs will finish above Arsenal anyway. So, and as long as we do that, well, we should be in a good position based on what I'm hearing from the floor and seeing in the chat. So look, Arsenal, enjoy yourselves. You're top of the league after 9 games. You're playing well. You're doing great football. This is the best season you've had in a while. This is one of Tottenham's worst. Right, Manny, coming back to you, we can agree that Tottenham have been playing utter rubbish football so far this season, and yet only find ourselves 4 points behind you. Look into that and read what you will. I will say that Spurs have done nothing and find themselves only 4 points behind Arsenal, where Arsenal have pretty much played the best football they could have ever thought of, and only find themselves 4 points adrift.
But then here's the thing, brother. If you are willing to say that we cannot consider ourselves, say that we are going to finish even second, we can say that we are, as we're playing as well. But to say that we're in a title race right now and that you're in a title race right now might be a little premature, don't you think?
True.
Yeah, I think you're right. The only thing I will say is that the difference between me and you would be people's pre-season predictions for the league had Tottenham in the top 3, and we're in the top 3. My prediction for Arsenal pre-season was 8th. That prediction, I think, will need to be amended, and I'm prepared to upgrade on this very show. I haven't upgraded on any other show to say that Arsenal could finish 6th, and I'm not going.
Wow.
I'm not going any higher than that at this stage. But Tottenham are in line with what I thought they were going to do. Arsenal are overachieving at the moment, and I'm not going to lie. Me personally, I'm waiting in the wind for the wheels to fall off.
You know what? Yeah, they just want. With salty fans, they just want us to collapse. This is what they do.
Exactly. They just want.
I mean, yeah, because because people call me negative because I don't rate Arteta. I'm thinking I've praised him. What does people want? What more do they want? I've praised the manager. He's turned it around. Yeah, last season he should have been sacked because we finished 5th. We should have got and Luis Enrique and Ancelotti and Nagelsmann. Zidane.
No to Luis Enrique. Ancelotti, yes.
Luis Enrique. What? Come on, Luis Enrique is a good manager. What do you mean you wouldn't take Luis Enrique? What are you talking about, man? You wouldn't take Enrique? Come on, man.
Why not, Michael?
Enrique is a top manager. Ancelotti, I'll definitely take him. Best manager in the world for me. And I'll take Zidane. I wanted Conte before he was available. I wanted Graham Potter as well. Like, I wasn't a fan of Arteta because we finished 8th twice and 5th, but he's proved me wrong, and I can't criticize him. And his man management needs to work on his man management. To be honest, like his man management needs to work on that.
Actually, I invited Liverpool fans down here. 2 Liverpool fans. They've bailed out on me completely. So, but I have a Chelsea fan here. His name is Dan.
Danny boy! Woohoo!
Yes, Manny, my brother.
I used to be on his channel, so, and Deji is a big fan of yours, so Dan.
Tottenham fan, deluded guy thinks he's going to win the Champions League in the Premier League. Jokes, man, jokes.
Dan, can we just hear, even if you don't agree with my prediction, can we just agree that at the moment Tottenham is exhibiting title challenging form?
You're a low team, Bob. You're a low team. You ain't got nothing to say about your team.
I'm asking a question. Is Tottenham exhibiting?
I'll give you a doubt, Bob. I'll give you a doubt. You've got a good team, yeah, but you're still not good enough. You're still not good enough. You're bigging up that you're top of the table, yeah, but you ain't gonna stay there long. Come on, man.
Okay.
Come on, man. Hey.
Well, I'm on a stream.
Money. Thank you. Big up to you, Bob. Big up to you. I want you on my show, yeah. But big up to you anyway. It's nice to meet you, yeah. But stop being deluded, mate. You ain't winning the Champions League, mate. You play 2 slow teams in the Champions League and lost them both.
Dan, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, bro, man.
Ask you a question. Do you think Graham Potter's the Messiah?
I mean, can I tell you, how many trophies have you won in the Champions League Europe?
Can you answer? You can't.
No. How many trophies? How many Champions League trophies and the Cup Winners' Cup have you won?
Chelsea, Dan.
No. You don't give me that shit about Potter. You don't give me shit about Potter. Right. Thomas Tuchel, right, got sacked, yeah. But Potter, right, he's doing well for us, man.
Yeah.
He's doing well. No. Yeah, but I don't. But the thing is, us Chelsea fans ain't deluded like Tottenham, thinking that we got a manager Potter, yeah, is going to win the Champions League and the Premier League. We know we ain't going to win the Premier League this season.
Okay, right? Chelsea Dan, it's okay. I know you wanted to talk to Deji. He literally said he wants to have a chat with you, He's a big fan of yours.
I can fight with this guy. I can fight with this guy all day, yeah, but come back when you actually got the Champions League trophy, mate. So start, you ain't nothing. You ain't got no history. Got no history, Bob.
You're going to put some respect.
Got no history. No, got no history, Bob. Just come back next time, man, with some news. When you got actually the Champions League.
Chelsea Dan.
Chelsea,
can you listen to me?
What
do you think about the Arsenal-Liverpool game today?
All right, the Arsenal-Liverpool game, it was spot on. It was spot on. You was lucky. It was basically the Arsenal should have had a penalty. Liverpool should have had a penalty. That was clearly a handball. But the thing is, yeah, the referee in VAR formula is a joke. They've ruined this football, this VAR and the ref and everything. It's a joke. But I'm telling you, Tony, fair play to you guys. You deserve to win that game, boss, today, and I'm really happy you did it. And do you know what, Tony? You went on to Rods and thing. It was destroying your back. Liverpool was going to beat you. But they didn't. You haven't. Like, I was speaking to Manny last night on my show. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dan.
I told you, I'm not going to start.
I'm telling them that Arsenal is going to beat Liverpool, but no one believes.
Okay, you Arsenal. Yeah.
I have it down that I had Arsenal to beat Liverpool as well.
Right. You Arsenal fans in the chat, yeah. I big up to you, but you've got big tests against Man City and Chelsea. And honest to truth, yeah, I don't think you'll finish top. You won't be title challengers. That's my thing. You still won't be title challengers. What I was saying about money. If you don't buy no one in January, you ain't going to be in a title challenge. If you think you can win the title, then you Arsenal fans going to be deluded because you have to buy players in January. Arsenal never does it. Tottenham's the same. Tottenham don't get nowhere. Right?
Okay,
Tottenham was
Chelsea
not
man, because I want others to talk too. Thanks
yeah,
for that.
sorry, but I'm saying well done. For the, big up to you guys anyway on the stream, man. Thanks for letting me come on the
Big
stream.
ups to you, Chelsea.
All brothers, all blessed.
See, Deji Spurs and Manny. I want to just ask something simple, and Tommy here. What does Arsenal have to do for we to be taken seriously? What can we do for us to be taken seriously this season?
I can answer that question before Manny does.
Okay.
You guys just have to stay consistent and don't bottle it. It's as simple as that. For me, when I look at the teams that you've played, apart from the Liverpool result, you're expected to win all of those games given the circumstances, including beating Spurs at the Emirates. You're expected to do that. What I need to see from Arsenal is
wait, Deji. So I'm expected to beat Aston Villa, and Manchester City is not expected to beat Aston Villa. The hypocrisy in this is what I don't like.
What I would like to see from your club is, can you do the unexpected? Can you go and win at places where you're not the favourites, where you're not expected to win? Can you go there and pick up the 3 points? Can you keep your team healthy? Can you go in January in the market and reinforce your team by the players that you need to kick on? You do that, you got a bloody good chance. You don't do that, and then we come back on your show in January, February, me and plenty others, be laughing in your face week in, week out to the end of the season. And what I'll do is I'll just be watching the shows and just be watching.
Yeah, Deji. You gotta pray for Arsenal for a minute. They're doing really well. Liverpool today ain't a team what they was. If Manny was there, right, and if Diaz was actually playing their game and Van Dijk was playing their game today, I'm not being funny for the Arsenal fans. They would have got battered by Liverpool. But the thing is, they're not with it. They've got Man City next weekend, and they're going to lose to Man City. They haven't got like the midfielders like Liverpool's got, yeah, and like the players like Salah is not in his game. There's some reason Salah's not being in a good perform for a minute. But with Arsenal, like I said to you, Tony, I'm really pleased. You're doing really well. You are doing really well. But like I said to Manny last night, in January, if you don't get the players, because you're relying on Gabriel Jesus. If he gets injured, right, you ain't got another top quality player like Jesus on there.
Agreed.
Yeah. And you're not gonna get any in the next season. You won't be where you are, because I'm not being funny. Sorry, bro. Sorry, I'll give you a chance. Yeah, right. I'm just letting Tony to let you know. Yeah, you haven't got the likes of Reece James as a good right wing back, right? You haven't. Ramsdale is not really like a top goalkeeper. He's doing all right for a minute, but you need another centre back. If you could get another centre back in January and another false nine striker, yes, you will. I think you will be in a title challenge.
I totally agree, and I know that Manny agrees with that too.
We need more signings.
Yeah, because we do need players in these key areas. Manny, I'll come to you. I'll come to you right now. Some people in the chat asked this question, and it's for everyone, especially Deji Sports, Tommy, and you, Manny. Will Arsenal is now leading Liverpool by whooping 14 points. Deji, can you believe this? Do you guys think that Liverpool will still get top 4 this season? Please, let's be very clear about this. Let's don't mince words. You can roast them if you want.
Are you going around or you?
Yeah, I'm going round. Manny started up for us.
Well, we can all agree right now that Liverpool's title challenge is pretty much as good as over. It will certainly be confirmed over after the result against Manchester City. I wouldn't expect them to get much out of the game. If they do, that'll be a huge shock to the system, but all the better for us because it consolidates our lead at the top of the table. Will they get top 4? Here's the thing. The top teams in history have always shown their ability to be able to, recover from bad setbacks, have some runs near the end of the season, and go on to finish a little bit higher than expected. I'm old enough to remember the first Premier League season when Liverpool played under Graham Souness. At that time, that Liverpool team was a pale shadow of the teams that challenged for titles in their heyday. Although, of course, in that previous season,
Yeah.
Liverpool did win the FA Cup. Our former gunner Michael Thomas turning from Liverpool villain to hero, scoring that day. They were in the lower middle half of the table, having had a terrible season, a terrible run of form. But by the time they were at the end of the season, they had risen up to sixth after an excellent run of performances, which brought them back up the table. And they finished sixth, just outside the European places that season. So we can't simply write off teams and say that they won't be able to finish in the top four, because this team still has shown signs today that if they're able to sort out their defensive issues, get their midfield running in order, and have some of their strikers getting in form. I mean, think about it. They had so many issues today. Alexander Arnold proved why he will never be in contention for England, certainly not for this World Cup, and not for a long time, until he sorts out his defensive issues and his man marking. Virgil van Dijk looked a little bit better, but he still has a long way to go. Darwin Núñez will forever be a striker for whom goals will elude him unless he controls the timing of his runs. Salah has been stifled, still managed to get through and have a few decent chances and some contributions and assists, and they still scored twice. Firmino and Núñez himself. Diaz also looks good, so they do have some ability in patches, and if they can sort them out, then they can still definitely make a recovery and come higher up the table. And I think they still do have some chance of reaching the top four. And I think it was Deji who said that we played Liverpool at the best time, because they are still trying to find themselves. They're still trying to sort out their issues as a team.
Again, I think it's a load of excuses perpetrated by Klopp. Yes, I think it's a bunch of excuses.
It's not excuses, Tony. It's money.
Because how can you tell me a team that went to Champions League last season, were in the final of the Champions League last season, competed in 4 different places last season, are total shit now? You can't tell me that,
because they've lost a few players. I mean, as people have said, they haven't been able to replace Sadio Mane. They haven't been able to replace Gini Wijnaldum and a few others.
Yeah.
And of course, a few players are, of course, that are struggling with some poor form.
But they've brought in players. They brought in Núñez.
I want to get Deji in and say just one more thing before I get Deji in, before he has to leave. The fact that Klopp was ruthless enough to take off Trent and bring on Joe Gomez, realizing that he's cost us a few goals too many with his poor man marking and his defensive lack of awareness. I have to bring on Joe Gomez, who looked much better, led some tightness in that right back role. He's shown that he can be ruthless enough to do it. And let's not write off Klopp just yet. People talk about the 7th season hoodoo. He still recovered with Borussia Dortmund to finish 6th. So that further proves my point. Never underestimate a team managed by Jurgen Klopp. If they still struggle, they will still recover and come out fairly all right. Deji, you want to join in here?
Deji, as the wheels falling off, are the plates breaking? Are the roofs leaking for that Liverpool top 4 challenge?
I'm going to be brutally honest for you guys. I'm not going to do any of this fluffy stuff. Yes, the wheels are falling off. Yeah, forget Liverpool. And I'm going to pause this. I'm publicly declaring that I won't be attending any stream with any team that's not in the top 4. So I won't be on any stream with any Liverpool fans for the foreseeable. I might not be on any stream with any Liverpool fans for the rest of the season. I told you at the beginning of the season.
I love you, Deji Sports. You
said Liverpool were going to be in a title race. You were just reading that on Twitter. You were reading that in the tabloids. But I knew when they lost Mane, the wheels are falling off. The wheels are falling off.
The wheels are
guys,
falling off.
I'll be honest. For all of you that all has you all own your own streams, you all host your own shows. Forget Liverpool this season. You'd be better getting Newcastle fans. That's what you'd be better off doing. Get in
Yeah,
there.
makes a lot of sense.
I've got two guys coming on my show, Newcastle fans. That's why I want you there, Deji, and Tony.
Yeah,
and
bring me
Manny.
on. I'll be there. So you do better to bring on Newcastle. But for me, Liverpool fans, I'm sorry. Your golden period was a few years ago, and now you can do Ajax United. You can be in the doldrums. So yeah, see ya. I won't be speaking to any Liverpool or Ajax United fans this season because they won't be in the top 4. There you go. You've heard it here first.
Deji Sports, thank you very,
Outlandish
very
comments.
much.
We'll see. He who laughs last laughs longer.
Liverpool, the wheels have fallen off. That would be the viral post of this video today.
You realise now
Liverpool,
that you've just
the wheels
motivated
have
Liverpool
fallen
fans
off.
Liverpool to come and crush you. So be very
Thank you,
careful
Manny.
what you wish for.
Yeah,
You might just
yeah.
get it.
But also, let me let you know something about what you guys haven't realised about your team. Arsenal fans getting their knickers in the twist in the chat. Each game you win puts more pressure on your team.
Yeah, true.
Each game you win puts more
It's true.
pressure on those little boys.
Yeah, it's true.
Let that sink in.
They've got Arsenal with Arsenal and Tottenham are lower clubs. Yeah, you've got to understand Arsenal's doing better than Tottenham for a minute, right? But Tottenham ain't going to stay fourth in that table, no chance, because it's just not good enough. Yeah, you've got Harry Kane, yeah, but I think Harry Kane should be in a better club.
Dan, I don't know how you
You're ruining that guy and like the Son. And like the Son, you're really like the Son. Son is a top legend, but you're ruining that
you know
guy,
what?
man.
I can't believe you're saying that, and let me tell you why. Had I known that you were coming on the show today, I would have brought out the picture of you at Stamford Bridge when Conte was in charge.
Oh, you want to go back when
Dan,
that
let him
time?
point.
Okay, Tony. Who's this guy? Right, come, please let me hear. Let me hear you. We beat you twice.
Deji, you were saying something.
Yeah, Deji, say something.
Let him get his point across.
I'm letting him get his point across. I couldn't hear him. It was breaking up.
I was saying, Dan, that had I known that you were coming on the show today, I would have digged out the picture of you next to Conte at Stamford Bridge the season that he brought the trophy home. Because you know better than anyone else on this panel that the Conte factor is a major factor here. Not the players, but the Conte factor. And I think you're forgetting. And what I don't want to do in football is have the goldfish moments. You know Conte is able to pull a rabbit out of a hat. And I think he's going to pull a rabbit out of the hat with Spurs this season.
Okay, I've got Deji. Can I say one thing? Conte did it once with Chelsea to win the title. But like I was going to say to you, yeah, he did it like I spoke to Manny and I spoke to Tony about. When he plays the same formation and when he wins games and then goes to like Arsenal or Liverpool at the same thing, he ends up losing with the same formation. Like what you did, you played the same formation against Arsenal and they battered you 3-1. Don't get me doubt, Conte, yeah, he might be a good manager, but he ain't going to do right at Tottenham. We all know that, right? Especially for that, yeah, right? Yes, Tottenham, yes, you've got good play around you, yeah, and I know where Conte's coming from. Yes, he was a good manager for us. He won the Premier League one season for us. After that, did do nothing, right? Did do nothing. But you can't tell me that Conte was the situation where he played the same formation against Arsenal. He stayed with one formation, and then that's all along. And that formation, Arsenal showed you. Arsenal showed you. You have not won a champion. You ain't going to win a Champions League with Conte. You're not going to win the Premier League with Conte, right? If you show your ability, if you're world class at your team world class.
Do you think you're going to win a Premier League or Champions League with Harry Potter?
With Harry Potter? Well, can I ask you one thing? Can I ask you one thing about Harry Potter? I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you
Dan, wait, please. The show is about to end. Please, I just want to ask all of you, just listen, please. Just all of you now. I just want you to just rank your first to fourth before all of us leave here now. So I will start that with Chelsea, Dan. What's your top 4 this season? With what just happened to Liverpool? Top 4, and let's move to Tommy.
Liverpool. Liverpool will finish in the top 4 this season over Tottenham. And I'm afraid that you could talk about Potter.
Are you serious? No.
Don't
Dan, you didn't just say that.
fight it. Don't fight Liverpool. They did it last season. With the points. There was 14 points away, and they came back second place. Do not fight them off. They might be.
Wow.
They might do.
I've written them off.
Yeah, do not write them off. Do not write them off.
Already.
No, don't write them off. They did it last season. People, Arsenal, Chelsea, they were laughing them up when they was 10th last season, and they came shot back up to second place. Do not rip them off.
So what's your top 4, Dan? Because I need to move to every other person.
Okay, my top 4 is Man City, right? Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, Man United.
Never.
Yep.
Wow.
You're not good enough for this season, man. Not good enough.
Nah.
Thank you
And
for
you
that.
only you only drew with us on at Stamford Bridge this season because your team played dirty on us with Kukule's hair pulled off. Then I never got sent off, and then the car Harris. We beat you 4 times. We beat you 4 times last season. Just remember that.
Okay, Chelsea Dan, thank you. Tommy C, are you there?
I'm here, Tony.
Yeah, Tommy C, please give me your top 4. You know, when there's
Man
lots of
City.
people, it's hard to control.
Man City, Arsenal,
Okay.
Tottenham, Chelsea.
Wait, Tottenham 3rd. Are you serious?
I still, even though
He's a football man.
even though I can't stand,
Tottenham
even though I can't stand these lot down the road, but they've got Conte and they've got a quality squad, and I'm going to put Graham Potter's a top class manager. You can't write off Chelsea, man. Chelsea are still a good side. I'm putting Chelsea for, and the way Liverpool have been playing, I think they'll probably finish 5th or 6th the way they've been playing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Manny.
I put some respect on Graham Potter's name. He's a good manager. People need to open it. This guy is a good manager. Put some respect on Graham Potter's name. I rate him highly. What a manager.
Okay. Manny, please, what's your top 4? Mostly after Arsenal dealt with Liverpool today.
Ooh, this is a good one. One.
It's good to hold you accountable too.
Yeah, you are going to hold me accountable. Don't you worry about that. So now I think Liverpool's title challenge is as good as over. It will be Manchester City to be top. Second place, I'm going to go with Chelsea. I think they are improving immensely under Graham Potter.
Second place, Chelsea.
I think they are, that they've shown that they have the squad that will be able to, challenge for major honours. They're also doing well in the Champions League. They rested Aubameyang against Wolves and still won 3-0. So that's the sign of a squad that is still improving in many ways. And I mean, they rested Reece James as well, and Aspie had a good game. So yeah, they could finish second for me, and certainly make a good challenge for City. We'll see how they do when they play against each other. Third place could very well be. This is a tough one. I still need to see a lot of improvement in Tottenham's game, because it's very easy for Deji to come and say, we are playing rubbish and still pulling out the wins. But will that work against some of the top teams in the league, which you haven't played yet? You've also won the games you've been expected to win, my brother. So people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Yeah, so
love you, buddy.
Everyone loves Manny. Come on, everyone loves Manny. Manny's a great guy.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. Okay. He calls himself the Arsenal Slayer, yeah. So I have to stand up for my boys.
Yeah. Of course.
I slay the Slayer.
Yeah, of course. So when you have that reputation, did you come to that big reputation? When you are known as the Arsenal Slayer and the Tottenham Van Helsing everywhere across podcasting streams, they know him, they fear him, they respect him. That's what he brings to the table. But for him to come here and meet a little bit of a brick wall, it's what I like,
Really
Money talks sense. Deji don't talk sense. He don't know about his Tottenham history, so I'm only joking, brother. But Manny, you talk sense, and Tottenham ain't got no history, and they ain't no big like they've never won a big cup like the Champions League, so we can't go there really, can we?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? I'm not a big respecter of
You
teams.
was in the final. You was in the final. You was in the final.
You in City bought
You
your
was in the semi-finals, and you messed up against Ajax. And then you messed up, but you messed up in the final, didn't you?
Can we
That
agree
time
that
in the
you bought your
but
history?
did you not mess up? But did
If
you
we
not
had
mess
a
up in the
sugar daddy,
championship?
we'd be just like
But
you.
how many trophies you got?
Chelsea
You're
daddy.
this is an excuse, bro.
Chelsea
You're
daddy,
just
can we
making
agree that
excuses
if
up.
we had a
I
sugar daddy,
played,
if we had a sugar daddy
I
just like
played
you,
you, bro. I played you.
we probably would have done the same
You're
as
just
you, mate.
making an excuse for your
You're
life, yeah.
old-fashioned, mate.
I've heard you
You're
so. I've
old-fashioned,
heard
mate.
so many times on my brother
Ladies and
Tony's show,
gentlemen,
and you
the
just
heat
talk
was
rap.
here. We had
You talk
everything here.
raffle. You
Sensible
talk
talk,
raffle.
intelligence, the heat,
Hey,
everything is all
yes.
up on the show, you know. Deji
You
Sports,
just talk rap.
Deji Sports,
No.
what's your top four?
I have to give my third and fourth place teams, yeah, and also maybe
Oh,
fifth
yeah,
or sixth. So yeah, third. See, Manchester United have just won against Everton. Update: the third goal from Rashford was disallowed. I think there was an offside or a foul and build up, but it's all moot. Manchester United won. I predicted a 2-1 win. All good. I actually think that they're also starting to come into their own under Ten Hag this season. Casemiro had a start today. At fault for the first goal, could have done better, but he grew into the game, and I think they're also going to grow and evolve. Ten Hag might make a few signings in January, and they've been the only team to have beaten Arsenal this season. I see them making a recovery. I see Ronaldo getting fired up. He scored today. I think he wants to prove some critics wrong, so they could definitely make a challenge this season. And of course, they have a game in hand. They're creeping up on us. I have them finishing third.
What?
And
What?
Oh,
Man,
man.
they are not a good. They are.
OG say it.
Oh
Look
my
at OG.
God.
Dirty with the
All
fire.
of you guys want to discredit
hold-
Arsenal
hold-
so
hold on,
bad
hold on.
that you're willing to get all these guys that have howlers
They are garbage.
into the top four. Oh my
But
God.
here, no.
What did
Tommy T,
you
are
say
you
before?
hearing this? Are you hearing
Manny,
what's
what did you
going
say?
on?
Manny,
Yeah,
Manny, what?
I said United would finish third, and look, they're
They are not
building
finishing
some
third,
momentum.
man.
You look, they were ripped apart by City, but then I challenge anyone to think of
Where's the
any
Manchester
team.
derby? So yeah.
Yeah, but then here's the thing: they
Yeah.
could still. You look, they're improving. Their football is getting better, so I think they could certainly challenge for the top four this season. Fourth, I'm going to stick my neck out here and say that after seeing the Spurs fans sneer at us for pipping us last season, having us pip them would be wonderful. Arsenal to finish fourth. You heard it here.
Thank you, Manny.
Ladies
Thank you,
and
Manny.
gentlemen, Manny has just put his reputation on the line
True
on the
facts.
Tony Club
Tony,
Gunner
it
TV.
tells true
And that-
facts.
Reputation
and
is
that
there
means-
right
Tells true
now.
facts, bro. It tells true facts. It tells true facts. That's why I love him. He knows he's got his football. But I don't know where Tottenham's going to finish this
Okay,
season.
Yeah.
now,
Man
okay,
United,
guys,
probably.
okay,
But
guys, wait.
unless Spurs improve their football, they won't be. They're going to find themselves in some problems. Liverpool will be able to recover, but won't finish high enough. It'll be between those two for fifth and sixth.
Okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, the ones you've been waiting for. Deji Sports, your top four, please.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep this short and sweet because I've heard some disasters tonight and people putting it out there. So look, it's going to be Manchester City. It's going to be Spurs. It's going to be Chelsea. It's going to be Liverpool. And then Arsenal is going to finish fifth. Now, for me, I don't just put predictions for entertainment.
Wow.
I also want, for those of
This is
you,
wild.
for those of you who like a flutter, it's not financial advice. I'm going to stress it. But if you put a little cheeky tenner on what I've just told you, Man City, Spurs, Chelsea, who did I say was small? Liverpool and Arsenal, you are going to get back at least 80 to 95 quid. Like, there's no point being on a stream if you ain't going to get your money back. So I've done my bit for the people on the panel. I've done my bit for the people in the chat. You can thank me at the end of the season. I'll be up for a pint. You can at me, Deji Dench, on Instagram and offering pints all around. Thank you very
Chelsea
much.
Dan, you can add
I'm
Deji
not saying
Dench.
third for Chelsea.
What was that? What's that, Tony? What did you say?
I said you can add Deji. You can add him, Deji. Deji, please. What's your? Deji has a YouTube channel. He's not active there yet, but you can add him there. Deji, please, can you tell everyone, including Manny, Chelsea Dan, and Thomason, where they can add you on YouTube?
I've only subscribed to him on YouTube. I've only
After
subscribed him on YouTube. I found him on YouTube, but I just need his Instagram so he can send it on private, so we can actually have a big talk about this Tottenham staying second, because he thinks if he can stay second this season, that he's deluded.
Dan,
I say, brother, I love you to bits, but you're deluded. You ain't staying second.
And break down why I think what it is. What you need to do currently, if you don't mind, and let's do this. I want us to agree this. Whoever is above who, you got to kind of show respect for. So right now, you're below Spurs. So
we got game in hand. We got game in hand, and if we win our game in hand, we go above you. We go above you. We win our game in hand.
We're not
We
doing
got game in hand. We have a game in hand.
Chelsea Dan, let him talk.
We have a game in hand.
Let him talk, Chelsea Dan. Let him talk.
Right.
Even if you win your game in hand, you don't go above Spurs. So
Yeah, we do. Oh my God, you deluded. Are you deluded? Are you deluded? You think next week's gonna win?
Okay, yeah.
This is not Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
We ain't Conte who has to make it one and finish. He's gonna win the Champions League and the Premier League.
Getting gassed about a Potter that I ain't won nothing.
Potter beat you with Brighton. So just Potter beat you with Brighton.
He won trophies with
He smashed you with at Brighton against Tottenham. He beat you with Tottenham. He beat you when he was at Brighton. He beat you when he was at Brighton. So don't talk shit about Potter. Don't talk about shit about Potter. He beat you with Brighton. 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 No. Did he not beat you? Did he not beat you at Brighton? Did he not beat you at Brighton?
Let me tell you what
Did he not beat you at Brighton?
I remember seeing.
Did he not beat you with Brian? Come on, I will ask the question. Now, please, Tony. Question. I will ask you the question. Did not Potter beat you at Brian? Did not Brian beat you when Potter was at Brighton? Did he not beat you? I asked you.
Did you rile up these guys?
Tony, did you not Brighton beat Tottenham last season with Potter?
He did.
You was lucky to beat him yesterday. You was lucky to beat him today. You was lucky to beat him today.
Tony, let me let this point. This is my last point, I swear. Let me tell you what Potter's won, because I live in London and Brighton's just down the road. And I remember I went to Brighton. I went to a place called Eastbourne, which is just outside Brighton. Yeah. And
I was born there, Eastbourne.
So you know Eastbourne very well. I went for a pottery class, with clay, and it was a bit of a competition. It was a competition who could make the best plate. And guess who won? Graham Potter.
Hey, by the way,
But did you not Potter bring you that Potter?
You were linked with him before Conte. You were linked with Potter before Conte. You were linked with him.
Thank you. Yes, you was. You was linking.
Why do you slate him?
Thank you.
Thank you. So what are you chatting about, man? He's won trophies with Ostrason.
What has Potter won?
Trophies with Ostrason. He's won the Swedish Cup.
Why was Tony?
Thomason, are you being for real?
Thank you, mate. Who's this guy?
Did you just say the Swedish Cup?
Thank you.
Yeah, the Swedish Cup with Ostrason.
Yeah, the Swedish Cup. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you haven't won anything. You haven't won nothing in 14 years, bro. 14 years.
Thank you, brother. I love this guy.
Danny, the Swedish Cup is like saying Graham Potter won the MLS.
Oh my days.
You're jealous. This guy's jealous. Lucy won a trophy. Lucy won a trophy. You guys haven't won nothing, mate.
Is this how low
you flocked to win the Premier League? That year when you didn't win the Premier League, Leicester won it. You didn't. You come 3-0 up against David Bridge, and it hasn't. You brought it. Thank you, bro. You brought the Premier League. You brought the Champions League. Your team is stacked.
You're right, Dan. I give up. You know what? If
did you give up? I can't believe
Let me tell you why I give up.
Live on air.
Let me tell you why I give up. No, listen, Tony. Let me tell you why.
You're not going to win a fight.
I hope none of these guys are supporting England for the World Cup, because their level of ambition is pretty low. Do you get what you're telling me about the Swedish Cup? And I should get my knickers in the twist for that.
Still want a cup against Tottenham. Still want a cup against Tottenham. Still want a cup for Tottenham. Still won a cup
That's
against
how low
Tottenham.
we've come.
Still won a cup against Tottenham.
You're comparing.
That's this guy. Oh, Tony, this guy is so deluded, man. Fancy dream about thinking Tottenham was going to be the Premier League holders and the Champions League holders. He ain't winning nothing, mate.
Chelsea,
I like it before. You ruined Son. You ruined Son. He's a world-class player. Harry Kane needs to be in a bad club. He wouldn't leave you last season to go to a bad club to win trophies. That's what he came out in his statement. Yeah. You're right, bro. You're right, bro.
You guys have
okay, guys, because we need to go right now. So I would just say my predictions. I would just say my predictions, and then we go. So my prediction for the top four is this. It has changed, actually. It has changed, actually. Because I've seen right now that I have to lead my team from the front rather than from the back. So I will come out right now here with you guys here. You know, I might sound deluded, but I want to make this announcement that Arsenal is going to win the league. We're coming in first this season. Yeah, you guys can, think that I'm a fool right now, but well, I'll just let the table talk to you guys. So Arsenal is going to come first, Manchester City second. I still think Chelsea will come third, and they will challenge for the title also. And fourth for me, I think Spurs will make fourth, to be very sincere with you. I think Spurs will make fourth. So, live and direct here, I've just said it. Arsenal will come first, will challenge for that title, and will come first this season. Man City will drop points. Games will come thick and hard for them. Ireland has a checkered injury record. He will get injured in the course of the season. People forget that last season, Manchester City had two centre-backs totally off. They didn't have a fit centre-back in some juncture last season. So the wheels will fall off from one point. So of course you can disbelieve it, but that's what happened when people were kept disbelieving Leicester City, kept disbelieving Blackburn. So let's see what's gonna happen. I really do think that Arsenal will come first. I was just waiting for this Liverpool game, and Liverpool brought the heat, and I've seen what Arsenal have done. It takes serious mental strength to be able to come out from what happened today in Tottenham Hotspurs and in Crystal Palace, where we came back. Mostly also in Fulham too. So the only big teams left for us to play this season in the first half is just Manchester City and Chelsea Football Club. The rest I've done them dirty already, apart from Manchester United. So let's see what's going to happen. I know I will take lots of backlash for this, but I just have to lead my team from the front and support my team from the front rather than being, at the back.
Yeah. We have a good record against Chelsea. We always raise our game, and we've beat them twice.
We'll mop Chelsea with the floor. Don't worry. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming to the show today, because the guests, they want to leave, they have other engagement elsewhere. Deji Spores, my fellow host in the show. Deji, thanks very much, man. Without you, there's no me. Manny, you're becoming that man here. They love you here too, Thanks for always honoring my invitations, my brother. You're part of. No,
you're always welcome. I mean, as much as you may love me, that doesn't quite compare to how much I love you all for having me on. A real pleasure, a privilege. I love the interactions. I love the debate. I love the back and forth. And the panel over here, all of you, top people. Long may it continue. Tony, Deji, Tommy, Danny Boy, of course. Much respect.
Much respect. Tommy, thanks for coming to the show today, Tommy.
Dan, we can't hear you, Dan.
Can't you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Dan, thanks for coming to the show, Dan.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Big up to my brother Tony. Thanks for letting me join. I know
you got your shot. You got your shot against.
I know. Sorry, I joined late. Yeah, but and you guys, big up to you. Thanks for letting me join in, Tony. You guys in the chat, hit the like button for Tony. As we know, he's deluded. If it's going to win the Premier League, it ain't going to happen. I'm only joking, brother. But thank you for letting me join. No, you're doing all right for a minute. But like I say, if you don't get them big players in January, you ain't winning the league. So, but guys, big up to you, Deji. Add me on Instagram, bro. I'll add you, Geezer. Who I don't know your name. That next to Deji, but Hope you can always welcome join my show. Please hit the like button for my big brother Tony. He's a joker. I love him to bits. We have on and off phone calls. Even though we're on the show, we still have a chat. Manny, top legend. I love you to bits. You talk sense, and I keep on doing it, man. Try and get this Tony to try and talk sense for once in his life because he's a joker. Deji, nice meeting you, brother. I'm so glad I actually came to the show and actually see you today. But yeah, well, nice to meet you, brother, man. And thank you, man.
Actually, Chelsea Dan is actually a big fan of yours. You know, he has always told me, "Hey, I want to have a chance to talk to Deji." You know, so
I do. I have a bit because you remind me of Batman, the Joker. All right, so. With the Joker thing, you should be the Joker in actually a real Batman because you think Tottenham's like one of the top teams in the world, but they're not. Sorry.
Dan, when Spurs finish above Chelsea, will you wear my Spurs shirt? Have you got the?
Right. I'll do you a deal there, did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Today you win the Champions League and don't win the Champions League. Would you eat my? Would you wear my Chelsea shirt and say that Chelsea's a better team because you ain't never winning the European Cup, mate? So go there.
Remember,
and if you think, and if you think, dead you. And then if you think you're going to finish top of us this season, you're deluded, mate. It's not because you're not good in the Champions League. You're going to get knocked out the group stages. Yeah, you're not going you're not going to spawn. You're not going to speak spawn. Who are they? I can't hear them. Who are Tottenham? Who? What's the name?
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, brother. Brother, just compound Champions League. Where are you? Hey, Tony, you ain't getting that. Champions of Europe, you ain't getting that. So shush. Come on.
Okay.
Come winners, mate. Come on.
Deji, just end the show for us. Let's go.
I just wanted to say that I'm in total agreement with Craig. Craig, I haven't heard a damn thing Chelsea Dan has said for the last 45 minutes. But look, it's been a pleasure show. Arsenal keep marching on. They're doing their thing. Man City are looking scary. And with Chelsea Dan is watching Harry Potter after the show and the Philosopher's Stone. On that note, thank you very much, and tune in next week as we prepare for next weekend's matches. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Big up to you, boys. Big up to you. Big up.
Tommy, thank you.
Big up to you, little man.
Dan, Deji, thanks. Chelsea.
Yeah, thanks. Tony, what's that guy's name on the left? What's that guy's name? Big up to you, little brother.
Tommy C is his name.
Tommy C, yeah. Add me on, man, on Instagram. I'll put it on private thing, yeah. I like to cover my show, but big up to you guys. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for letting me join, bud. Well done, Arsenal today. Well done, Arsenal.
Well done. Come on, you Gunners.